introducing you to the cleansing technique that is called Jala Neti Kriya. Let me tell you what it's all about.
Jala Neti translates as water cleansing from Sanskrit, and it is an ancient practice performed by yogis to cleanse their nasal passages. For this procedure, you need neti pot, salt, and warm water. And here are the benefits of it. So first of all, it plays a role of protection. It protects your mucous membranes and helps to reduce any type of inflammation in the respiratory system. It acts as a prevention measure for future possible viral infection or just a common cold. Elimination. It eliminates bacteria, mold, and airborne contaminants that cause colds and flu in the future, and it also eliminates any possibilities of headaches. It really strengthens the immunity system and fortifies the cells of nasal epithelium, and it restores the natural moisture of the nasal passages. Because the nasal cavity is directly connected to your eyes passages and the hearing, so inner middle ear, it also clears your vision and hearing at the same time. It affects the whole head, and internally it stimulates a clear memory and concentration so you can focus more. As your respiratory system clears out, it really balances the nervous system and calms your nervous system actually. It allows you to have a clear mind. As you improve the quality of your breath and you clear the passages of your breath, that increases your intake of prana or the energy. And of course, it helps you in your practice. And that doesn't mean only yoga or pranayama. In general, whatever you are doing in life, which is your everyday practice, that will help you to succeed more.
When I was a teen, around 14 to 15 years old, I really suffered from chronic sinusitis. Every single autumn and winter I would get sick. So I even had to go through 3 surgeries where doctors were making holes in my nasal cavities in order for all the mucus to go out because I couldn't breathe and my head, I felt like it's going to explode. And in general, I'm very sensitive to cold weather. But since I started cleansing my nose through Jala Neti Kriya, I swear all my troubles stopped. Now every day, even if it's warm, even if it's sunny, even if I'm healthy, I wake up, I rinse my nose and I do my practice. Especially for somebody like me who lives in the city where there is dust and cars and pollution, it's very essential to help your respiratory system to perform in the best way. And now I'm happy to take you through the step-by-step process of cleansing your nose. Alright, so I'm in my bathroom and I'm going to take you through the process of Jala Neti Kriya. First of all, I want to show you what kind of salt you can use. So I have 2 types of salt here. This is a seaweed from Mediterranean. It's a powder. And also one of the best is Himalayan pink salt. So both of them suit very well. Question, why do we use salty water? The reason is very obvious. Well, our body, like fluids of our body are salty, like blood has salt, tears, sexual fluids, sweat, everything is salty. So we are actually built out of like internal ocean, which is salty. So when we rinse our body with salty water, it's like the same environment comes to our environment. And then salt is very useful in many ways to cleanse not only body or objects, also energy. So salt has capacity to remove the toxins, which also I use for showers. Like sometimes at the end of the shower, I'll just take Himalayan salt and I'll just rub my body, and I feel like I have shed a skin like a snake, you know, it feels really good. You can try that as well. Then I have 3 different types of neti pot. So first one is ceramic. So this one I use at home, and it's just ceramic material is really nice to use. And when I travel, I take this plastic with me. It's very light and it will not break if something happens to my luggage. So this one is a travel. And then I have a third one. It's like really big. It's copper, I think. And you can actually make the water, prepare the water inside of this. And for others, I just use this kind of cup. I just mix water there, and it's very easy. Now, regarding the water. So here in Vancouver, tap water is very clean, even the hot water. I can actually even drink it. But when I was traveling in some countries like in India or in Lebanon, it's not recommended to use the tap water because it's not very clean. So depending on where you are and the type of water that you have, you can choose your option. The temperature of water is very important. Never ever use cold water or very hot, because cold water can easily activate a sense of coldness and risk of a flu. Hot water is also too extreme. So actually the water should be warm. I would say very warm. So let's get into the process. First, I want to show you just how it is, and then I will pause and comment on every action I do. So I'm turning on the water and wait until the temperature goes well. I'm taking my Himalayan salt, and the amount, I'm gonna show you how much I put for myself. And this is very individual. Why? Because, for example, this for me is good enough, but this for my husband is extremely salty. The thing is that you need to feel comfortable, but don't be scared of having over salt water. You just need time to get used to it, because if you have ever swam in ocean or sea, you know how salty the water can be. So actually it is the process as if you are swimming in the ocean, and it's actually very healing. So now my water is ready. So I'll make it till here usually, and I will tell you at the end why, because I'm using maybe this part for rinsing nose. Place it in my ceramic pot. All right. I can actually speak, so I'm gonna pour the whole pot into one nostril. When you put the nose and you start bending and you feel how the water is running, you will feel how it enters and it should go out here. If you feel that it's dripping or it's not going through, you have to play with the angle of the head. You have to go maybe lower, maybe fine, you know, because the nasal cavity path in every skull is different. So it's like, how would you play and move the water with your head inside? So what happens that the water goes through the connection part where there is emptiness, and this is where we also rinse our inner ear, the middle inner ear. Regarding breathing, we are breathing through the mouth. What you do is when you pour, you don't breathe through your nose at all, and you can even speak. All right. So once again, I use the full pot for one nostril because it really gives a good rinse. Place the tip of the pot very attached to your nose and then start pouring. So there you go. I breathe through my mouth. It feels good. It's washy. When you finish, you have to release the excess of water. And actually continuing releasing and turning your head to the left and right. So everything goes out. And then you repeat the same process on the other side. When you are done, it's very important to release all the water from the nose. For this, you start doing breathing technique, which is called Kapalabhati. It's actually a very natural movement and cleansing of the nose when you just blow your nose. But you do it in this kind of staccato, pushing out air. Sometimes you need to bend forward or bend a little bit to the side. So you can go all around because some of the water is always remaining there. So we need to move everything out. Because for example, if you are in a winter season and you go out to minus or 0 degrees, you can get sick because this water becomes cold inside in the place where it should be really warm. There is another way how you can use the excess of the water is I use it to wash my eyes and gargle my throat every morning. So I just pour water into my palm like a cup and I open my eye and I just splash the salty water right into my open eye. It feels maybe weird in the beginning, but I mean again, as if you are diving into the sea. And then the other. And it's nice to blink fast, so you kind of move this water under the lid. All right. And then the last step. And I'm done. So the procedure is over and it's been really easy. So now we are ready for practice with clean nose and pure breath. Let's go.